All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Colossal Community Podcasts. And we are back here. It seems like so long since Memorial Day, but we're back. All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of... They're not out there. But we are here tonight, and Becky is not able to make it tonight, so I have my guest co-host tonight, which is Sharon. She was on earlier this year as a guest, and now she is my guest co-host. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are going to be talking about the most weirdest sports held around the world, and we're going to be talking to our guests as well. And tonight we have a member from the DNL Trail talking about Trailfest and all the things that they are working on. In the second half hour, we have Sharon coming back from Angels and Dragonflies telling us about her group and updates on how things are going. And plus we have lots of Colossal Community Podcast news to share with you and upcoming shows that you don't want to miss. And we'll get started. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the DNL.
Sure. So my name is Tony Carucci. I am the Executive Director of the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor. You probably know us best as one of the organizations that leads the development of the DNL Trail. So we're a national heritage area. There's over 60 national heritage areas in the country. We were the third one, though. I always tell people we were one of the early ones. We were created by Congress back in 1988 in recognition of the unique historical and natural importance of this part of Pennsylvania. And so it was an attempt at the time back in the 80s to have the federal government help out highlighting important areas that had national significance without really expanding the federal footprint, right? So it's part of the National Park Service, the funding is, but we're a nonprofit, locally governed by a board of directors of local residents throughout our 5 counties. And we're here to preserve and the things that make our communities unique. And for us, that's the historical resources like this beautiful building we're in right now, the Hofford Mill, I love it. And also the natural resources, which is why people came here in the first place, to mine the coal and turn it into steel and all the products that made this region so important. So that's kind of like the elevator pitch of the organization. But
yeah.
I mean, we do a lot of different things in that sort of placemaking area, right? Like when you think about what makes a place unique, you know, what are the elements of that? And for us, like, we think that like the historic fabric of a community is so important to the character and to what makes that place different from, you know, anywhere else you go. And part and parcel of that is the natural landscape also. You know, the Lehigh and Delaware rivers and beautiful mountains up here in the Poconos. I mean, those are things that you cannot find anywhere else.
That's such an important part of like the economy in Carbon County and the tourism and everything. It's just it's a real treasure for Carbon County.
Yeah, I mean, so I moved here about a year ago, and before that I've lived in like 6 different states. And when I first moved here, like, it truly hit differently than the other places I had lived, because the history is not something that's sort of kept behind glass doors, or like it lies heavily on the land. Like, you can see the past in the old buildings and the historic neighborhoods and the parks and I mean, in all aspects of it. And yeah, it drives local economies because people want to go travel somewhere that is unique. You know, they don't want to like go to a cookie cutter place, right? They want to see the unique character, and Carbon County has it in spades.
So what made the DNL Trail decide to let's connect everything together? How did that come about?
Yeah, so I think looking back at the history of our organization, one of the first projects that we undertook was the DNL Trail. So we thought, okay, we're based around this center of industry along the Delaware and Lehigh rivers up through the corridor into the Poconos. And it was all based around the historic transportation routes that brought the anthracite coal down to the market, right? So how do you connect people to those resources? And thankfully, luckily, the towpath along the canal offered a really awesome way and a really easy way of making that into a trail. And so the DNL Trail was born out of this desire to connect the communities that had historically been connected by the commerce and by the economy of industry, but connect them through a trail. And that has been the driving primary project of our organization for 40 years. And through all of my predecessors' hard work, Carbon County is actually the first of our 5 counties that has the entire portion of the trail complete, which is just a remarkable, I think, and really amazing feat, and we're seeing the benefit of it in these communities, which is why we're doing this Trailfest. You know, we started it last year, and it was just a way of like getting people together. It's a free festival. It's a way of getting people together to celebrate the D&L Trail, the outdoor economy, and the things that connect our communities together. And this year is the second year. It's Sunday, June 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Lehighton Outdoor Center. Free. There'll be food vendors, different craft vendors, live music. If you're interested in like e-bikes, like I think that those are really interesting to me. We have an e-bike demonstration that will be held there. You can rent bikes. We're going to be doing guided trail walks, I should say. So it's just a day of celebrating like the things that make our communities in Carbon County connected, and for us that's the trail and the wonderful ways that people can get outside and like see stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I actually started this time last year, and so I was actually moving into my home the day of Trailfest last year. So I was here in the morning and I was like, guys, I gotta go. My husband would kill me if I don't go back and help move those boxes. So I'm actually looking forward to enjoying like the full experience of it this year. Yeah.
Nice. Do you use the D&O Trail?
We do. Actually, when I first started my job, my predecessor, who was at the Community Foundation before me, I started right at the beginning of COVID. So we would do training meetings, like walking on the trail, just kind of distance from each other with masks, but talking, so we were outside and enjoying the community. Yeah.
Cool. So is there different ways people can volunteer?
So many different ways. Our most, I think, active volunteer program is our trail tenders. You know, the D&L, our organization, doesn't own a single mile of trail. There are over 30 landowners. Most of them are local municipalities, and they're always in need of help to maintain the trail. This is such an important community asset, and one of the reasons why our organization has really been the one to lead the charge on this is because, you know, we're not the funders of this work, right? Like, we don't fund the development of the trail. The state, the federal government, and local governments tend to fund the development of the trail. But no one's really cracked the code on how to fund maintenance. So our organization through the trail tender program is like the best way that we can give back to these trail owners and help maintain the trail that makes these communities so vibrant. So you can go onto our website, the DelawareandLehigh.org, and you'll see all the different opportunities. If you have a company or you're a family that wants to go out and like, you can adopt sections of the trail. We have an Adopt a Trail section program. That's our best way to volunteer, because it doesn't require you to travel anywhere because the D&L's in your backyard. Right. So just find a portion that's your favorite part of the trail and say, hey, we want to do a cleanup here. Give us a call and we'll make it happen. We'll bring the tools, all the material, and we'll make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a fun way to get involved. And it is like right in your backyard, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just, we led a trail tender event last Saturday in the Lehigh Gorge State Park, doing some invasive species removal, and the before and afters are just unbelievable. The amount of work that people came out. It was like you didn't sign up. The state park to help us just kind of post like that we were going to be doing this, and a lot of people showed up and helped clear out portions of the trail, and it was great.
Yeah, that's great.
And I noticed on the event for this weekend, there's a virtual 5K race as well.
Yeah, so the second year we're doing this event, and we were thinking, okay, well, how can we like further integrate, you know, use of the trail into this event? So we already do a program called Get Your Tail on the Trail, which is an opportunity for people to log their miles of being active. It's sponsored by St. Luke's Health Network, and it is a great way for people who maybe just like go on walks but want to sort of challenge themselves. Go onto the app, log your miles, and you win like free stuff. Like you get free rewards for doing this. So this virtual 5K, we're like, okay, we're going to tie this into our existing program. It's virtual, meaning you register. With your registration fee of $35, you get your t-shirt, you get a medal, you do support our organization, which is really great. And then over the course of a week, you have a week to walk, run, or ride a 5K. And you log it, and you get your medal, and you get to participate, you know, in the way that you were able to show up, which is awesome. But we're launching that on Trailfest on Sunday.
Nice. Cool.
Do you have any other fun events coming up?
Yeah, so summer is usually like our big push for a lot of different things. You know, we're headquartered in Easton at the National Canal Museum in Humor Park. Unfortunately, the bridge that's leading to the park is undergoing some repairs this summer, so we're closed. So in advance of that, our museum put together a really cool traveling exhibit on the industrial revolutionaries in our corridor. And we're talking, I mean, we had to pare it down. There are so many people in these 5 counties that have done revolutionary things across the board, not just for industry, but in things like science and in literature and in art. And so this traveling exhibit highlights some of those people. It's currently up in Luzerne County, but it's going to be making its way down into Carbon County over the course of now through the end of the year. So again, you can take a look at our website. The exhibit's called Dynamo. We're really proud of it. We use this closure of our museum as an opportunity to like test getting out into the community with some of our work that we've not really done before. And it's going really well. We really enjoy it. So I think we're going to try to do this every year, like traveling exhibit on a different topic. And not everyone wants to or can get down to Easton, so bring the history to them.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, you said you moved here a year ago. What's your favorite part about the area?
So honestly, my front porch.
I get it.
And I say that like I grew up in suburbia and we didn't have front porches. And yeah, you knew some of your neighbors, but like not, only if they had kids, right? Or something like that. Now I live in a neighborhood with a front porch and everyone has front porches and everyone's out on the front porch and you talk about that sense of community. And so my front porch is pretty cool.
I grew up in a very rural area and didn't have like close neighbors, and now where I live, we are on the parade route for Memorial Day.
Oh,
so that's when
that.
everyone comes out, and we have a big barbecue, and it's very much community, everyone come together, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, tonight's topic is the most weirdest sports held around the world. I'm going to go through the first 5. There are actually 10 of them. So the world is full of bizarre athletics, competition, test strength, balance, and sanity. The top 10 weirdest sports include, number 1, chess boxing. The opponents between 4-minute rounds of chess and 3-minute rounds of boxing. Players must defeat their opponent either by checkmate or knocking them out.
I like this one a lot because this is strategic, right? So are you going to lean into your boxing prowess to try to win the fight through that, or are you going to lean into your chess prowess and win the fight through that?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I don't really like chess, so I think I would have to do boxing.
I know, I hear you. Brain and brawn.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
All right, cheese rolling. It's a competitive sport in England. Competitors hurl themselves down a steep hill chasing an 8-pound wheel of cheese.
Do they have to beat the cheese? Is that what?
Now they're just racing and they have to.
It's actually really brutal. I've seen videos of it.
Really?
Yeah, because this hill is not meant to be run down. Like, people break appendages in this sport. And I mean, I'm all for cheese, but I would rather just eat it and not hurl myself off a cliff for it.
All right, over in Finland, they have a sport that continues over 85-year tradition that they carry their wives on their back and they run in an obstacle course. And the prizes is the wife's weight in beer. So whatever your wife weighs, that's how much beer you win.
Okay.
No comment.
All right, this one's called, I'm going to get this pronunciation wrong, Botoshe. It's a Japanese school game played with 2 teams of 150 people. One team defends a vertical wooden pole while the other team violently attacks it and pushes it to 45-degree angle.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
And that's a school game, so...
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
That's violent.
Yeah.
That for a culture that seems so put together and calm, that seems wow.
They get it all out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they get out in the schoolyard.
All right, this one here is Spock Takraw. I guess that's how you say it. Popular in Southeast Asia. This sport is essentially volleyball, but players only can use their feet, heads, knees, and chest to strike the ball across the net.
So it's like hacky sack.
Soccer.
Or
Yeah, hacky
hacky sack
sack
with
yeah.
the volleyball.
All
Huh.
All right, we'll do one more here. Extreme ironing, a stunt sport where competitors take ironing boards to a remote or extreme locations such as underwater or mountaintops, or while skydiving and iron clothes to perfection.
Wow.
And we'll go over the other ones in the second half hour. So what are your thoughts on these first couple of sports? Would you take part in them?
Like I said, I would eat the cheese.
Eat the cheese?
Yeah. I'm not a sports person myself, so I think all sports are a little weird when you think about it. Like if you think about it, like we put so much energy around, and like a lot is at stake when people like really diehard sports fans are watching sports. But it's all make believe, guys. You know what I mean? Like it's just the rules are just they're fantasy, right?
Yeah.
I like the chess and boxing.
Yeah, chess boxing, yeah, that is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like a Russian thing. I don't know why. I feel like that must be made in Russia or something.
it doesn't-
Popular in the Eastern Bloc countries.
Yeah, it seems like it. So like,
Both boxing and chess, which
Yeah.
those are I love that.
so if you hit them in the head enough times, they can't think. What
I
you-
guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
All right, so that's some of the weirdest sports there. Do you have anything else you want to tell us about the DNL?
I mean, we are always looking for ways to get involved in the community. So if you are, work for an organization that puts on community festivals or anything like that, I mean, reach out to us. We're a 5-county organization: Bucks County, the Lehigh Valley, the 2 counties there, Carbon and Luzerne counties. We're wanting to be more out in the community and get involved. Our goal over the next 3 to 5 years is to find other ways to highlight the things that make these communities unique, right? So like if you have an interesting story or an interesting history that you want to share, reach out to us. I mean, we'd love to find a way to like highlight it in some of our social medias or anything like that. So anything along those lines, we always are welcome to that.
Did you say where the traveling exhibit's going to be in Carbon?
I don't know the exact locations, which is bad for me. I should have done the research and invest on that. But if you go to our website, you will see the list of places that it'll be set up in Carbon County. And I mean, it's going to be throughout all 5 counties at some point over the course of the next 6 months. Yeah. So we're really excited about that.
So what is the goal in the next 5 years of the DNL Trail?
For the trail itself, continue to build important priority segments. So we just did a groundbreaking ceremony up in Luzerne County on a 4.7 mile portion of trail. And we're really excited about that. That was the first time that shovels were in the ground up in Luzerne County in like 8 years.
Oh.
So it's a really important milestone. When we think about like the sections of the trail that are not done, there's sections in the Lehigh Valley which we're working towards, and then the Luzerne, trying to get it up into Wilkes-Barre. We are just starting, I should say, the last trail study for the DNL Trail. So a study is the first step towards getting a trail built. And it's basically saying, where's this trail going to go? Who owns the property that needs to, we need to acquire access and right of way to? Who's going to ultimately own the trail? And what are the costs? And so that's all part of that next step. So completing the priority segments of the DNL Trail is really important for us in terms of our trail work. But also, we operate a lot of different economic development programs. Our Trail Town program, which several communities up here in Carbon County are part of, we're going to be revamping. So over the winter, we just conducted an assessment of the economic impact of the trail in some of these communities. And what we saw is that the trail is not a guarantee of economic benefit, it is an opportunity, right? So like it's ultimately up to local communities, local elected officials, organizations like the DNL to find ways to leverage the trail for those local communities. So like we looked down at down in Bucks County, New Hope, which is it's a different market, different everything. But what New Hope had was a remarkable success of businesses converting trail users into customers. So in 1 year, 50 businesses converted over 70,000 trail users into customers. That means that in 1 year, these businesses either got people that went to the trail to come to their business, or they had customers who were at their business that then went to the trail, right? So like it's part of an ecosystem, and that's really something that we need to keep in mind when we think about here in Carbon County. Like the trail is not going to be the golden goose that lays the golden egg, but it will provide the opportunity that otherwise wouldn't be there. So we're really looking as an organization, how can we leverage the opportunity that the trail has for communities here in Carbon County? So stay tuned to different ways that we're going to revamp that program, and we'll be finding community partners to help us along the way, but we're really excited about that too.
Nice.
Great.
Eric, other question?
No, I was excited to hear about everything. I'm familiar with the DNL, but it's nice to talk with someone about it. You guys do so much for all of that, so.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been great. And Sunday, June 14th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Lehighton Outdoor Center.
All right. Awesome. Thank
Free,
you for
free
coming.
Thank you very much. Yes, free.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
She's been involved in real estate since 2007. Here's what just some of her clients are saying. She stands out from the others, extremely knowledgeable of the people, townships, and properties in the area. You want her on your team. It's Kristen Obert, owner and broker of Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast in Palmerton. Kristen and her team with Iron Valley Real Estate will help you navigate the home buying or selling process. Let's face it, it can be stressful, but Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast is with you every step of the way, helping you make the best educated decision. Covering the greater Lehigh Valley, Carbon, Monroe, and Schuylkill County areas, it's Iron Valley Real Estate Northeast in Palmerton. Check out their listings at ironvalleyrealestatenortheast.com. Look, who doesn't want to be pampered? Think about it. Get yourself a nice warm bath, using only quality shampoos, then a blow dry. They'll even do your nails, and make sure you're feeling great from head to tail. It's Country Clippers in Palmerton. For 22 years, Stacy and Jennifer have been pampering your pets. So if you're looking for a local pet grooming service and an experienced staff, it's Country Clippers. Get your pets groomed and give them the care they deserve. Country Clippers in Palmerton. Find them online.
I'm Sharon.
All right, welcome back to the show. We just got done learning about the DNL Trail. Did you learn anything new about the DNL Trail?
I did. I'm really excited about that traveling exhibit. I want to check it
Yeah,
out.
that sounds interesting. All right, and now we are going to be talking about Angels and Dragonfly event, our group. Sherry, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So give us a little background of what Angels and Dragonflies is.
So we started to help out families that were taking care of children due to addiction, and with grandparents or an aunt or an uncle or somebody like that that's taking over the role of the parent to help them out with baby items and kids stuff, toys, books, games, cribs, things along that line. Then we reached out and decided we were going to do every child, because there was a need for all kids, and I'm like, well, all kids need toys. All the kids need books. They need birthday bags. They need, Christmas and everything in between. So now we do a lot of kids.
In Monroe County? Or?
It's in Monroe County, but if you can get to us, I don't care where you're from. So as long as you can get there, we'll fill your car.
And how can people donate?
They can reach out via our cell phone, Google Voice number, so they can text or they can call. They can drop off at our location anytime. We have drop boxes. They can make arrangements, with Sue's our executive director. They can make arrangements with her if you have a, big load, and she'll put it in a shed or building or wherever it's got to go.
Nice.
What's
So
like
you-
the top item or items that you go through pretty quickly that you're giving out?
baby items, we replenish as fast as comes in, it goes back out. So we just recycle very quickly everything. We just started with a diaper bank. So we had a client, a partner. He was trying to do it on his own, and I said, well, why don't you just join forces with us, since I'm already existing, I have the clients, we have the location, we have, the means for it. So he jumped in, and with both feet, him and his wife, and they've been doing diapers. Now we have good stock. We did our first open house diaper only event, which was last Saturday. He had 10 clients come in for diapers and wipes. So that's been helping us.
Diapers are so expensive, so that's.
It's crazy. So we used to do 1 pack a month because it would eat my whole budget.
Yeah.
And I really didn't have the budget to do it. So now we do every time we have an open house and every time we do a diaper day. So that's about 3 packs a month, which hopefully should help, the families that we help out.
Nice. So you were on the show 2 years ago. So how has it grown since then?
We need a bigger building. We built a 12 by 16 shed, and it's filled to the gills, as well as our building. With backstock is in the shed, so it's all extra stuff that we don't use on a regular basis, just storage. Our building, we can barely fit any people in there when we have our stuff, because we started doing clothes again, because there was a need. So we added, kids' clothes to our stuff, and we just need a bigger space. But we're dealing with what we got to deal with right now. So how we've grown, we do birthday bags all the time. So if somebody needs a birthday gift for their child, they can't afford one, we put banners, balloons, candles. We do like Play-Doh and crayons and chalk and craft supplies and games, and we fill this huge bag with birthday stuff for the kids, so they have a present to open on their birthday. As long as the parent can pick it up, or grandparent can pick it up, we'll do that. We have our diaper bank now, so that's grown. We have a little bit of backstock. The Elks have been huge. Monroe County Bar Association's got a drop box. We have a drop box at our location, so that's a blessing for us to help out our families. And I'm trying to think what else. We have back to school coming up in August 22nd. So we're not doing backpacks this year because United Way is donating them directly to the school this year. So the school will disperse the backpacks, but we're going to do everything else. We have bombas, and we have, art supplies and snacks. We'll have lunch for the kids and a fire truck and all the fun stuff. Bounce house.
I love that you make it like a fun event, so it's not them going and picking up stuff. It's,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these families can't afford to go to the fair. So this is like a day out for them, and,
Right.
and it's really important for me to give that to them. There's Girl Scouts make bracelets, and there's a petting zoo with lizards and bunnies and stuff. Then we get the food donated, and one of the food trucks we're working with now to try and cook the food for us. Cinder Inn did it last year, the year before. They prepared the food for us, and we handed out, so the kids had lunch for the day.
Oh, nice.
So just those things, we like to get back and make sure the kids are taken care of. It's not their fault,
Right.
that things are tough, so they shouldn't be the ones, paying the price.
Nice. When you started the group, did you think you'd be this far?
No,
What made you get started?
that's it. Couple reasons. A friend of ours, his daughter died of a drug reaction to using drugs. She had a daughter. Daughter was left to the family to raise because the father was an addict as well. So we wanted to kind of do something in her memory. But then we have my stepdaughter is active addict, and I had a grandson, and we needed stuff when she went into treatment and stuff. And that kind of helped us out, reaching out to the community. And I said, what about people that don't work a job and can't afford a crib or a sheet or a bottle or diapers? So we kind of started there. I started in a storage unit. Everything had to come out, everything had to go back in every time somebody needed something. The church came and donated stuff to us, and he goes, "How can we help?" And I said, "I need a place with heat and a toilet." So they came back a few months later and says, "Well, we got a place I think you can use." So we were upstairs in 2 rooms. Now we took over that whole building, about 1,500 square feet. Plus, we just got a grant, a community grant from Terra Prost's office, help us get that. We got a grant to build a shed. So we built the shed 12 by 14 and it's filled. So Connects, the company that makes Connects, they were on TV. I was like, "Oh, this is a Pennsylvania company. Let me message them." So I did, and I said, "I do birthday bags. I do Christmas. Give me some toys." And they're like, "Well, we can help you out a little bit." She comes back, 2 pallets of Connect sets.
Wow.
2 weeks later, she comes back. She goes, "I got these baby dolls. Do you want them?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, "Well, can you come get them?" And I'm like, "Well, I can't really come get them. I'll pay for shipping." So she's like, "Okay." And then she came back, 4 pallets. I had probably 30 boxes of 30 dolls. We shared with Toys for Tots. We shared with daycares. We shared with nursing homes. We share with everybody. We still have dollies. Like, there's so many dollies. So, just reaching out into businesses in the community and them learning what I do, they're more than willing to be generous. I've been very fortunate that way.
Nice.
It doesn't hurt to ask, right?
No, it doesn't.
The worst they can do is say no.
Right. And I figured a couple kits, I figured maybe 10, for birthdays, but I got like 60 cases of Connects.
Right.
So it's been a huge asset for us, to help out with the birthday bags.
Wow. All right, our main topic for tonight is bizarre sports held around the world. And the first half hour, we talked about chess boxing, cheese rolling, wife carrying, and a whole bunch of other events, extreme ironing. So we are going to go through the other list. Let you go from 7 to 10.
Let's see, I don't know how to pronounce this,
Yeah.
but Buzkashi, a brutal traditional Central Asian sport where horseback riders fiercely compete to grab the carcass of a goat or calf and drop it into a scoring circle. That is weird.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. Underwater hockey, played at the bottom of a swimming pool. 2 teams of snorkel-wearing players use short, curved sticks to push a heavy-weighted puck into the opposing team's gutter. I tried snorkeling once and I couldn't do it. I freaked out too much with just little. I can't imagine playing a sport
Yeah,
with that
that's
too.
Claustrophobic, right?
Yeah. Toe wrestling, invented in a pub of Staffordshire, England. This sport involves 2 players locking toes and attempting to pin their opponent's foot down, much like arm wrestling. No, thank you. People have gross
I could probably do that. I had monkey feet.
And last one, giant pumpkin kayaking, held annually in Nova Scotia, Canada. This race features participants paddling across a half-mile lake while seated inside massive, hollowed-out 800-pound pumpkins. That could be fun.
That could be fun, yeah.
I think I've seen that on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is your 10 weirdest sports held around the world. And if you listened to our last show back in May, we talked about the 10 strangest inventions that were ever made. And people had been making comments on our video about the one. It's actually a cage that was invented in 1933. A lady invented a cage that goes on the outside of your apartment window, and you can put your baby out there so he gets fresh air.
Your baby.
Yeah, your
Baby?
Yeah.
So it's like a catio for kids.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you'll get some visits from some agencies if you do that.
And the other strange invention was they put a scoop on front of your vehicle so that way if you hit a pedestrian, you can scoop them up. But they found that there was more pedestrians killed that way than if you hit them with the car. So you can see the rest of that list on our May 8th episode. So that's on our YouTube channel. So those are 10 weirdest sports and the 10 strangest inventions. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I went to Cosmic Baseball,
What's that?
glow-in-the-dark baseball.
That could be interesting.
That was kind of fun. It was like a circus, though.
Yeah.
That's what my husband kind of equated it to a circus, because they were doing performing, but it was all glow in the dark. It was cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm up for weird sports. Why not?
So what else you got going on with the group? You have any fundraisers coming up?
So we have Christmas in July. That's at Pocono Mountain Harley Davidson. It's a motorcycle run, but anybody can come and, see what we have going on. We have some raffle prizes, and speaking of sports, we have a Flyers puck up for grabs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Shawnee, and we have a brewery tour and tastings in Shawnee, and, we get some really good prizes. So we have that going on. So that'll be fun, even if you wanted to come and see all the motorcycles take off. It's pretty cool to see, thousands of motorcycles go on a run for us. It's really neat. And then we have back to school in August. We have back to school August 1st in Greentown. So in Greentown, Newfoundland area of the GDS Fairgrounds, we're right across the street at the farmer's market. And we're going to be handing out backpacks, and it's Harry Potter's birthday.
No.
So we got all sorts of stuff going over there. The farmer's markets has all sorts of Harry Potter themed things going on. We're going to be making a Quidditch broom and handing out backpacks and crayons and all that fun stuff. And then we have the one in East Stroudsburg with the fire truck and all that stuff going on. And I think that's it. And then we're going to do a tricky train in November, but that isn't set in stone yet. I'm still working with the firehouse to try and get set up to have that.
Are you a volunteer organization, or do you have?
Yeah, we're
staff?
nonprofit.
Do you have staff, or it's all just volunteer run?
All volunteer.
All volunteer run. Wow, that's
I'd
amazing.
love to get a paycheck.
Right?
But the money goes to the kids. So we have an executive director that's volunteer, and then we have Reese that does the diapers, and he's volunteer, and then I have all my board members.
Yeah,
They come and go and help us out with everything that we need help.
it's amazing.
But it's all volunteer. Yeah, I'm working on salaries. It's just not there yet. We still need a building. That's more important than a
wish list of
paycheck.
things, yeah.
Right? Building and pay, maybe. I don't know. We have to pay the bills for the building. So, yeah, the fun. So I think that's about it. We do open houses every first and third Wednesday of the month. And then we're adding the diaper days. It's a Saturday morning, but that's not like a set Saturday yet, but we do announce that on our socials and website and stuff.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Sip a handcrafted cocktail. Delight your palate with farm-to-table focused fare. Make lasting memories with the ones you love. The Gorge Eatery is a place where friends and loved ones come together to enjoy scratch cooking in a unique Zen space. Located in the historic Hofford Mill in Weisport, you'll find something very unique to the area. Our newly redesigned event space is ideal for your next special occasion. Perfect for bridal and baby showers, micro-weddings, parties, and more. Log on to thehoffordmill.com for more information and upcoming events.
All right,
We
we're
do have a
going
little
back.
bit in the bank, but
All right, welcome back. Some of the upcoming events, one of our advertisers, Iron Valley Real Estate, they have an event coming up on June 10th from 5 p.m. to 7 at the real estate office. There's a free event open to the public. You get free Rita's Italian Ice, hot dogs, games, prizes, and there's going to be a gift basket. It's the kickoff summer, and it's located on Foreston Road in Palmerton. Again, that is on June 10th, 5 p.m. to 7, sponsored by the Iron Valley Real Estate. And don't forget, Palmerton Pride America 250 celebration is also this Sunday, June 14th, held in Palmerton Park. 2 p.m. It starts off with a combined worship celebration. They have different events throughout the whole entire day. They have reptiles and amphibians, bald eagle presentation, and Joey and the T-Birds will be performing. And then at dusk, our good friend Pyro Joe is going to be setting off fireworks at that event. So there's lots of things happening. And we heard about the music in the park for Lehighton a couple shows ago, and they had their first concert this past Saturday. It was a packed house, and the band was very good, and more things to come with the Lehighton Park and recreations as well. So you can check out our website for all the upcoming events happening in Harlan County and the Poconos. And we post events every Wednesday of what's coming up for the week, and we update the event calendar every week or multiple times a week because we have tons of events actually to be added. So look for those as well. So those are some of the things coming up for our community. And get back to you. Where do you see the group in a couple of years? Bigger building?
A big building. A big building would be really nice. Like I said, we just keep fine tuning the programs that we have to make them more successful. You know, the birthday bags, we have a website application, so you go on the website, you can apply for birthdays for all the children. We pull those and we hand them out every open house, whoever's birthday is closest to the open house. So we fine tune that. Back to school, I think we have a really good handle on our two events that we do there. One Pike in Wayne County and the one in Monroe. And, you know, we do Christmas for our clients. I used to do Christmas for everybody. I had a mental breakdown. So now we fine-tuned it, you know, if it's either a referral from an agency. We took care of PATH, transitional housing. We took care of all their clients last year for Christmas. We made sure they all had Christmas gifts. So any partnering agency, we try our hardest to take care of those kids, you know, because obviously they need help. And then we take care of our clients. We go through the list. If you come to us on a regular basis, we help you out with Christmas and, you know, take on the kids. And the Latin American Motorcycle Association, the one that does our Christmas in July for us, they're a huge supporter for Christmas. They take on a lot of kids for us and make sure they all have presents. So that's a fun event.
Nice.
So in the next couple years, you know, we just started doing clothes again, and we just added diaper banks. So, you know, that took me 6 years to get there, you know, to fine tune everything that we had and learn how to handle it well and add a little bit more. So, you know, it's really hard to say. I don't think I'll ever do food. There's just so many agencies out there that do it, you know, food and formula and stuff like that. But everything else, I think, you know, has been a good fit for what we do, and nobody else does it. So we fill the void where it's needed. So if we find that, you know, in the future we find something that's not taken care of, we may add that to our portfolio and, you know, help families out with toiletries and stuff like that. We do too. So
Nice.
That's great.
You got a lot going on.
yeah, it's well organized now. I think we have a good team that manages everything on a day-to-day basis, and we communicate well. We have a good community of people that come into us for help, as well as ones that help us.
Right.
So we have regulars that come in and donate new stuff. They come in and donate used stuff, and, you know, the people that come into us on a regular basis to see what we have, you know, it's grown. I mean, we take care of each open house. We have at least, I think our minimum one was 10 people, which was to a total of 24 kids. So we're averaging about 24 kids every 2 weeks that we're helping out with toys and books and stuff.
Nice.
You know, so that's a good number. You know, it's manageable.
Are you looking for volunteers, or
Yeah, always looking for volunteers.
how can I get a hold of you as a volunteer?
They can come and just pop in on our open house days. They can email, they can text, they can call, they can go through our website, Angels and Dragonflies CC.org. There's an application there. They can fill it out, and then I'll reach out to you. Anyway, doesn't matter. Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on the Twitter, and I'm not on the what's the one, the TikTok. Twitter and TikTok, or X. It's X now, right? So I'm not on X and I'm not on TikTok, but I'm everywhere else. So, I don't have enough time.
You have any questions?
No,
or-
I said I hadn't heard of your organization before because I'm in Carbon County, but it was great to learn about you. You're doing great work.
Thank you. We do have a partner, Kids Closet Connection.
Okay.
So they do the kids pop-up sales. We used to be with Just Between Friends, but they closed their branch. They're looking for a purchaser. But Kids Closet Connection jumped in and kind of took over that. So after the consignment sale is over, they donate all their goods. The consigners have the option to donate or come and pick it up, and they can donate to us. So that's a new partner for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, for us, we 2 months ago we posted a poll, and those of you that took part in, we asked what should we do for our next food topic on the show, because we like to taste test different things. And you all voted for that we should do snack wars. So we decided, in honor of America 250, we're going to gather snacks that were made in Pennsylvania, and we're going to taste test them and rank them from best to worst. So that's going to happen on June 22nd, our next show. And Becky and I and other guests that want to join in will taste test different snacks that were made in Pennsylvania. So that ought to be interesting, as long as it's not extremely hot, world's hottest gummy bear that we had to taste test a while ago. Yeah, we're naming this the world hottest.
Yeah.
It's the world's hardest. And in honor of America 250 as well, we are putting together on July 27th, celebrate the anniversary. We're going to take a look at the National Treasure movie franchise, and we're going to see how National Treasures and the hidden clues and the secret maps, famous landmarks, the legendary artifacts in these films combined with adventure into our American history. And we're going to have a discussion on whether do we actually think these could be real, and there is a tie to the area that might be connected in with these movies that we will talk about as well. So that'll happen on July 27th, because we are taking the 13th off due to people that are on vacation and that. And then of course, August 10th, our famous fall high school sports preview show has become ever so popular, and we're going to do that again, and we have more things in the works for the upcoming year. So stay tuned for all that. You can find all our show topics and our guests by going on to our website, and we have lots of things planned for there. And don't forget the teen takeover segment that we have started. So far we had one group come on, and that's where we taste tested the world hottest gummy bears. So if you have a favorite topic that you want to talk about, teens, or things that you enjoy about being around the area, you can contact us and you can do a segment on our show. So we have all that coming up. And Sharon, your group just celebrated 10 years.
We did. We had a big event at the end of May at Blue Mountain. We had about 220 people come, and we gave out some awards and just had like a nice party. It was a good way to celebrate 10 years.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah. And then next week we are giving away money, which is always a good time.
Right.
We are giving out about $80,000 in scholarships and grants. So
Oh, wow.
we have a big Publishers Clearinghouse check. We take photos with everybody, and Pizza Plant food truck will be there. And then Lynn Shook will be taking photos. So it's just a nice gathering. Wednesday the 17th at the Orioles Community Center at 6:30. It's open to the public.
Cool. You're busy as well.
Yeah. I always think summer's gonna slow down, and it doesn't.
You have anything else to add?
well, I think that's it. I think we covered pretty much everything.
All right, well, thank you for coming on. We'll
Thanks
share
for
all your
having me.
information on our social media pages. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can see our other taste testing videos. As you can tell, we like taste testing different foods. And we have other videos in the works as well. Like I said, we have lots of great episodes coming up and lots of great guests. And that is going to do it for us tonight. And we'll be back on June 22nd for our first Snack Wars with Pennsylvania Snacks. So thank you for coming on as a guest
Absolutely.
host.
Thank you for having me.
You're on this side this
I
time.
know. I was over there the last time.
And thank you to our other guests as well, and we'll see you all next time.
Thanks.